First up is Tony Thomas. Tony is a former Air Force colonel, and one of his many roles was the Director of Cyber Operations. Tony's now helping companies navigate the changing IT landscape, and we're lucky to have him here to talk to us about what he's seeing out in the field. Take it away, Tony.
Kurt, thank you. Thank you very much, Kurt. I truly appreciate that. And first and foremost, I want to thank co-owners Terry and Jacob for allowing me to do this. You know, Jacob and I go way back when we worked together back in 2002 to 2004. And I'll tell you, what a wonderful set of folks who are doing great things for our community. And I want to welcome all the Next Gen T alumni, all those who are current students, and those of you who are sitting there right now thinking about, should I do this? Welcome to this. And again, I appreciate Terry and Jacob giving me this opportunity to talk about leadership, the fundamental foundation of everything that we do here. You know, let me caveat something. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to become a cybersecurity expert. I'm not going to tell you how to become a network engineer or the best that you could be at anything. But what I'm going to tell you how to do is how to be the best you that you can be. Because if you're the best that you can be, you're going to be the best engineer. You're going to be the best cybersecurity expert. And that's what it's all about. Because as Terry, one of the owners, always uses the word Kaizen, the Japanese word, change for the better and continuous improvement. And that's what Next Gen T is all about. And like he was saying at the beginning in his stage set, he was talking about everyone has a story, and that includes you. You know, you as individuals are writing your script. You're on stage, and in 10 and 20 years from now, what are you going to say about your story? And what are people going to say about you? And again, Next Gen T is here for you to help you write that story. It's from the beginning. And everybody has a story. And let me give you a little bit of context about me, because you're saying, well, why Tony Thomas? Well, when I was young, I wanted to be in the technical area of electronics in some capacity. Back in my day, they didn't have cyber. They really didn't have networks. Everything was, you know, standalone and on itself. I would tinker with radios and stuff. And so I didn't apply myself well enough in high school. So I knew that, well, you know, I'm not going to get a ride to college because my parents said, Tony, if you want to go to college, you're going to have to pay for it yourself. And I said, well, there's no way that I want to go in debt. So what did I do? I looked at the Air Force, just like Terry and Jacob did. And the Air Force, I was so fortunate, I was put into electronics, and I got to work on all the electronics on airplanes, and I was in heaven. I loved every single bit of it. And then, but what I started to do is I said, you know what, I need to expand myself. So I started taking college courses, and I applied for an ROTC scholarship, because if I'd have done it normally, it would have taken me forever while I was active duty. But I kept applying over and over again. I kept getting denied. And I didn't know why, but as I dug into it and talking to people, it was because it was due to the system. And the system is what failed me. And again, like you guys, as you start building your foundation, you're going to be told no, and you're going to fail more than you're going to succeed. But don't ever take no for an answer. Continue on. Don't be that person that says, okay, well, I'll accept no, and I'm just going to move on. Because again, just like myself at the age of 57, I continue to fail every day in something, but I continue to push on, and I don't accept no. But I got that ROTC scholarship because I talked to folks all the way up the chain of command, and finally said, Tony, we don't know why you didn't get it. You were the best in your field. You had a 4-point GPA in the few courses you took, so why not? And so the Air Force paid for my college. And that's one of 6 degrees that the Air Force has given me to date. Just like Next Gen T, why go in debt, go into college when you could go to Next Gen T and have the corporate world pay for you to do that? And so what did the Air Force, when I got my ROTC scholarship and I graduated, they put me, I was very fortunate, in the common IT arena. Again, there wasn't cyber yet, but I got to develop my foundation, learn about the different aspects of IT and communications. And then as time went on and matured, obviously cyber came a key phrase, and we started looking at networks and all those things. And so I got to dive into that. And so after 34 years in the Air Force, my last job, I'm here in San Antonio. I was in charge of all of the cyber for the United States Air Force. What a wonderful opportunity. It was great. And I got to do that because of my foundation and all the things that the Air Force helped me do. Just like each and every one of you are sitting here saying, again, should I do this? Yes, go for it, do it. So now, after I retired in 2019, I own my own business. And I've been doing that for 2 years. So again, whether it was while I was active duty in the Air Force for 34 years or these 2 years while I've been retired and have my own business, leading people is fundamentally the same. And I got to lead thousands of men and women in our Air Force. And now I'm getting to do that in my consulting business. So what I want to do is I want to shape a couple of opportunities, not opportunities, but frameworks to help you build that foundation. Because while I was active duty and the leadership and the things I learned there, there's 6 key attributes that I would recommend that you each take away and listen. And then what I'll do in the second set of attributes is more tailored toward the technical arena or what we do here in the cyber or IT arena. And the first set, again, are just general attributes. And the first one is audacity. You know, do you have the audacity as an individual to step out and take those chances? You know, do you have the courage to think big? You know, show those initiatives, go after those things. Again, don't say no, don't take no, just go after them. You know, and if you have a dream, are you willing to face those challenges to go after that dream? And if you do, share that dream with people that are going to help you get there, because you will not do it alone. You will not do it alone. The second attribute is likability. You know, how can I encourage others? You know, ask yourself that question. How can I encourage others? It's not all about Tony Thomas. You know, it was about people around me, as I talked about in number 1. How do you shape those people around you to help you? You know, what are those attractive, you know, what's that attractive attitude or those relationship skills that you have to help others around you? You know, do you care about people around you that work with you? And here are like 4 of the attractive attributes that I always talk to people about. Humility over arrogance, cheerful over downers, encouraging, not condescending, and empathetic and not apathetic. Think about that. Are you likable? And the third one is trustworthiness. Am I the reliable person I know I am? And do people see me that same way? You know, do you possess the abilities to earn trust from other people and to keep those promises and fulfill them as they see you? You know, as I say all the time, is if you do the little things, the big things will take care of themselves. Again, take care of the little things and the big things will take care of themselves. Number 4, growing capacity. Just like when I came in the Air Force, I wanted to learn as much as I could, taking those college courses to become the best I could. How are you improving yourself every day? And I would question, if you're listening to this and you haven't started, then you are taking the first step to say, okay, how can I grow my capacity? You're doing that, and that's great. So that's the first step. You know, again, possessing the capacity to keep learning. Even at the age of 57, I'm reading every day about as much as I can, because we know Moore's law and how things change every 18 months. And we know in today's world, it changes even at a faster pace than that. So increase your competence. And, you know, the more things that you learn and handle and the greater capacity you show, people were going to say, hey, you need to call Tony Thomas. You need to call Terry Kim or Jacob Hess, because they can do that. Number 5, loyalty. Can I be loyal in my words and actions? Do you possess the ability to be faithful around those around you? Whether you're talking about peers, supervisors, subordinates, and the organization. And if you're tempted otherwise, now you're going to say, well, Tony, people change jobs anymore in this world every 24 months. I got it. But the job that you're in right now, are you doing the best you can? And are you loyal to them and making a difference in what they do for their customers and clients? Number 6, probably the most important, is integrity. Are you the whole person that you can be? You know, do you possess those abilities to practice in secret, do those things when people aren't watching, that are values and beliefs that you hold in public and that people see you as? So those are the 6 generic attributes. And now I want to narrow the focus a little bit about some other attributes that kind of tailor themselves more toward, you know, our community and what we learn. Now, some of these are a little repetitive, but I'm narrowing the focus right now because most of us that are listening to this are younger, and you really haven't experienced a lot of those things in the top. And you got to start somewhere. This is the first step. And the first attribute I talk about is get technical. You know, learn as much as you can about what you're going after. You know, and number 2, find that specialization. Be better than anybody else. Learn them. Take 1 and 2 and learn as much as you can. And that gets to 3. Think big, start smart. Think big, start small. You know, as 1 and 2, learn what you're going to do. And I will give you an experience that I had not too long ago when I was deployed over in the Middle East. When I was younger, you had to learn the whole ecosystem about setting up the network and what each piece of equipment does. Well, there was an incident where I needed to stand up a network in another country. And the problem was I had nobody that understood the ecosystem. All the younger folks that I had said, well, Tony, I can stand up a router. I can stand up a switch. I know how to defend the network, but I don't know how to lay it out, understand the pieces, and put it together. So those are the kind of things, as you grow, think about all those other pieces in that. Think big, start small. And again, don't take no for an answer, or those number of times you're going to fail is going to be more than the times you're going to succeed. Listen, number 4, listen to what they need. Help them. And when I say they, remember, listen to what they need. They could be your boss. They could be your customer. They could be your client. They could be someone that you're trying to help fix a problem. What I've learned over 34 some years is we as a community, because we have a lot of smart people, they understand it all, but when we talk to those who don't, which is primarily our customer 90+% of the time, we have to simplify it. As I say to my folks all the time, is keep it simple and de-geek it. Because again, a lot of us don't really listen to what we're being told. And so again, that's the primary objective of what we're here for anyway, is we're helping someone solve their problems. So understanding, you know, the technical, be smart in your area, but being able to shape it so that people understand what you mean. Number 5, make things smarter, cheaper, and better. I had an old boss of mine who used to always say, Tony, don't take old things and make it new. We need to take new things and make it new. Basically, he would say, we don't need the old new, we need the new new. What does that mean? Let's put a metaphor behind this. Why take the dirt road that you've taken every day and just repave it? Why are you taking that same road that you take all the time? Why not create a whole different path, a whole new road? Let's make that new road cement, you know, so that it's going to last longer. You know, think about that. Smarter, cheaper, better. Everybody is wanting things smaller, cheaper, better, faster. Now, can you accomplish all those? Absolutely not. But again, number 4, listen to what they need, and then help them do that smarter, cheaper, better. Number 6, as I've reiterated a number of times, take chances, take risks, go for it. Elon Musk would not be where he is today. Neither would Terry and Jacob be where they are today with NGT if they wouldn't take risks. They would not have been. So just like them, like myself, continue on and never take no for an answer. Number 7, and I've said this as well, learn more about other parts of the business. Once you understand and you become specialized in your area, learn about those other pieces. Like that experience I had some folks who had been in the IT arena for quite a few years, but they understood their part so well that I couldn't even use them because I wasn't even at that point. And I know that NGT helps you learn how to take all the pieces on a yellow sticky and lay out the network and build it with the pieces you need and understanding and then defend it. Those are the kind of things that you need to do. Learn the ecosystem. Number 8, and I think probably is the second for most important, is build a network of colleagues. Again, you are not going to be able to do this alone. You will not. What I've learned over the last 2 years since I retired is I'm now a consultant for over 20 companies. I started with 2, and I did not seek out any of those others. They were all folks of friends that say, hey, you need to call Tony Thomas. He'll help you. Tony Thomas will help you. That's the same kind of thing that you need to have. If you go after those things and learn and become an expert, you will be the one that's called upon. And again, that's where NGT is your first step. The last one is energy. Be the best at everything you do. Don't matter what it is, do it better than everybody else. You know, I learned over my years, and I've talked about, yes, being a team of having experts, but what I've learned is more times than not, if I had one or two experts that didn't have the energy, they couldn't get to where we needed to get to. But if I had a team that was full of energy and that wanted to go after it, they could solve those problems in due time. But because they would figure it out, they would go after it. So out of everything I've told you guys today, you're not going to remember 98% of it. But there's over 1 million words in the English dictionary. And I would ask that you guys just remember those 3 words, and it will help you make a difference. And not along, as long as you do, number one, take, you know, follow what Next Gen T teaches you and take that to fruition. But those 3 words, choices, energy, and kindness. Thank you guys, everybody. I appreciate it, and best of luck.
Jacob Hess here. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you really enjoyed it. And I'd also like to remind you, if you're truly serious about your career in information technology, then be sure to check out our IT engineer training programs at www.zerotoengineer.com.